Welcome in then to the latest edition of Extra Time. Frank and Mario with us, Stevie as well. The first question, Shaka, got a good laugh out of you, actually.
What?
During the commentary. Ian Darke today, who was commentating the game in the US, said England resemble an actor who have forgotten their lines.
Yes. Yeah.
What a poetic encapsulation of the dreariness of the Three Lions. Would you all agree?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought Ian knocked it out the park with that line. It was a good line, and it summed up everything about England so wonderfully well.
You would never forget your lines, would you, Frank, on stage?
I did. And it looked like a little bit like England today. Yeah?
Yes,
You don't know where you go. You try to find any friends of yours, on stage to help you out. And because he doesn't know his line either, you're completely lost. And that's very fun. But awkward at first, disturbing, but fun.
Mario, during your singing career, did you have the lyrics printed out just to make sure you got everything right?
Yeah, I know. Look, it was tough. It was tough, I'm telling you, Dan. Look, you have to see it like this, Dan. I did one song, and I never went back again. So it was one enough. I memorized it, and I made it look like easy, but it was, a difficult moment.
Oh, dear. I think that's what most people's reaction were.
Thank God. Thank God it's very
Thank you. Do they not have somebody backstage ready to tell you when you've forgotten your line? Is there not somebody backstage who's reading all the stuff?
It doesn't exist anymore. You used to have, on stage a little hall, and you didn't see the guy because he was covered, but he was just on the floor on stage, and he was a shout. How do you say, whispering the lines if in case you were missing it. But it doesn't exist anymore. You're on your own. I tell you, you're really on your own when you're lost. You can go backstage, get the line, get the book, and try to find it. And say, okay, that's not that line, but too late.
But for bigger productions,
but,
it still
don't you
exists.
have
But
also...
for Frank's productions of 10.
Frank doesn't need it.
No, but sometimes you also have, if you're with an actor and he knows the lines and you don't know the lines, you could piss him off, because he be looking at you and you don't know the lines. Oh my God, he might go like, hey, did you memorize your lines, or we have a problem? Because if not, we come offset, you take your time, and then we come back. Oh, you feel so bad. Yeah. Oh, yeah, no.
Wait, Mario, what acting have you done? This sounds like you're speaking from experience.
Because when I came to Los Angeles in the beginning, I went to school to learn about acting as well and media.
Wow.
So I did a bit, I knew a little bit of acting, and I also did media. And also to work on my English side and stuff like this. So that's why I now work with you guys, because I did a bit of work.
Oh, brilliant, Mario. You think you and Frank could have collaborated when you're both in LA? That would have been fantastic for someone.
Yeah.
Can Southgate be sacked right now, Stevie? It was Ivory Coast, wasn't it, who did it during the Cup of Nations?
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah?
Yeah,
that's not hard.
And then they got to the final.
Yes.
That's not.
Maybe it's a good omen, Daniel.
There we go. Right then, Gareth, out you go. If Klopp is put in charge of this England team, what do you think they can win? I think they'd win the next World Cup, the Euros, heck, even Wimbledon.
They're winning Carabao Cup.
If you're Klopp, Stevie, you take a year sabbatical and the FA ring you up and say, what do you think? Is there a part of you that would fancy it?
I would guess the first thing you do is look at the squad.
Well, we know the squad.
No, in a year's time.
Well, it's not going to change that much. What's going to happen?
Oh, God, so you try and keep changing the goalposts every time.
Well, not really. You come out and say, well, what's the squad going to be like in a year? Oh, I wonder who's going to be there.
My answer was in general.
General what?
Well, because it may not be the England job, it may be the Germany job, or it may be some other job.
This is the England job.
I wasn't under the impression that you were precisely talking about England.
Right.
My answer was going to be a general answer.
If Klopp is put in charge of this England team...
If it's England, yes. In general, though, the first thing you would do is look at the squad.
Right, what about England?
Absolutely.
Would you take it?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Of course you would.
Oh, brilliant.
Ooh,
Is there any way for Southgate he can justify not starting Palmer and Mainoo? Stevie said in the show he wouldn't start either of them for the knockout stages. What do you think, Mario? They brought different energy.
Tell you what's amazing, isn't it? You go away, nothing changes when you get back.
Sorry, did you not...
Look, okay. Okay, guys. Okay, what I would do is like what Stevie said. Even if you leave the thing, I just don't like him taking so long. If you see it's not moving, you gotta change. That's the only thing I say. So if Palmer and Mainoo, I will do that. Even if you start the ones that you feel are the choices that you're making, but then after that, my man, come on, please, you gotta make a choice. You gotta make a change. I mean, because if it's not working, you gotta try something else. And I think we had it with Holland too, Ed. So I'm highlighting that, and we had the similarity on this side. So I think it's for everybody. Change if it's not working.
I wasn't putting words in your mouth. You did say that during the show.
Well, what I said was, and what the Palmer one, what I meant was...
You said you wouldn't have Palmer for Saka.
I didn't say that. I just didn't explain it particularly well.
Oh, okay.
What I was meaning was... and if you go back, because somebody's told you in their ear...
No one's told me anything. I remember.
Well, if you go... Well, you don't remember a lot of things. If you go back, I said, if you're Southgate, you don't lose anything with Palmer and Saka.
Right.
Which is completely different than I wouldn't play him. Would you agree with that?
What about Mainoo?
Also, well, take that as a yes. And then with Mainoo, I didn't say don't play Mainoo. I said you've got to play Rice, you've got to play Bellingham,
Yeah, you said there were
and he doesn't know who the other one is.
9 players.
I never said you don't play Mainoo.
You didn't say do play him.
I didn't say do play him either.
No.
But I didn't say don't play him.
So who would you play?
You said I said don't play him, and I didn't say that. Is that correct?
Who would you play then? Let's get this correct.
Well, I think I would play Mainoo.
Okay, there we go. Beautiful.
Yeah, I think he brings a lot of calmness and the passing, no question. Regardless of what you think of Slovenia, the passing between the guys in the middle of the park was way better when Mainoo came on.
For Frank, do you think France can flip the switch in the knockouts, or is there genuine concern that they could go out early due to their substandard performances so far?
Well, we don't know which way it could go. I really think that because they're going to face, I would say, team who can conduct the game, is going to be more suitable for them to counter-attack because they like it and because they are like that. And the player, they love the space behind the defense, and because of their pace and it's the way that France play the best. Now, doesn't mean anything, you know. Remember 4 years ago against Switzerland, everything was written. They were even leading the game, and Switzerland came back and won. So we played the last 16. Yeah, you can say that Slovenia is less good than France or Germany or Spain, but we saw today that if you are not 100%, you're going to struggle. And Slovenia, the Netherlands, Austria, and some others, they're going to show to the world that they're capable of disturbing many big squads. And if they don't do that at 100%, they're going to get out. So, and it's going to be the same thing for France.
Mario, is Austria the real dark horse?
Yes, but I'm a little bit worried because, you know, sometimes when teams go that far and give that much energy, sometimes they can get like a bump really quickly and saying like in the sense of like against France, I think they gave a lot. Then the game against Holland now, they've proven that they hit, and you know yourself, we talk about different tournaments, when you hit the peak too early, it can hurt you. So at the moment, they are definitely a dark horse, but I still keep it open in the sense of like getting hit really cheap, like by a country and saying like, oh, because they already achieved so many big things going after the big ones.
This is a good question, Stevie, for you. When watching international tournaments, do you find yourself more passionate about cheering for Scotland or for an England defeat?
Oh, an England defeat.
Look at that, Stevie!
It's true.
He's so happy. He's so happy to say it.
I knew the answer.
I could have told you the answer.
Stevie,
Let me say, right?
oh my God.
Watching the game today between the two of you was absolutely hilarious. Dan comes in clapping non-stop, non-stop, and the worse England got, the more Stevie started clapping. It was so funny.
I actually had a word with myself.
Did you?
I did, well, because about 3 or 4 minutes in,
Yeah.
something happened and you went, yay! Do you remember? And then it fell apart and they broke down.
Right.
And almost scored, and I went, yay! I was copying what you were doing, and I went, right, don't do that. 'Cause if it was the other way around, I'd be raging. So I actually can't.
Wow, I
Do you get angry watching Scotland?
Hey?
Do you get angry like not Liverpool angry?
You know, he's not Liverpool angry watching Scotland.
Oh.
Because the expectations are so low.
Oh, right.
So
Yeah,
low.
that's the thing. It's so low on occasion. It's worse with the rugby than it is with the football.
Right.
With the rugby,
Well, there's a little bit of hope.
go absolutely, man.
Really?
Aye, with the football,
Well, he
it's
turned
just-
it off.
It's
He turned the rugby off a few weeks ago. Because he was scared to watch the end.
Aye. With the football, it's isolated incidents.
Yes.
Incidents that
Yeah.
get me going. Whereas the rugby and other stuff, I'm like,
This is a lottery for you, Shaq.
hang on.
Uh-oh.
Right. Do you think he's going to know the answer? Or give us an answer?
All right, I don't know what it is.
Any goalkeeper impressed you so far in the Euros, Shaq?
No.
None at all.
Donnarumma.
Oh, there we go. There we are. The obvious answer.
I made a couple of good
This is for Frank. If you're a player doing so well at your club and find it hard to do that at national level, what do you do?
And find it's hard to do. What do? You try to get the confidence, because I think it's really about getting the confidence back and making your teammates trusting yourself. So that's all about, because if you play for a club and you're good enough to go to the national team, you have to believe that you're not there by surprise, and it's not a lottery. And if the coach asks you to come, it's because you have the level for that. No, you just have to prove yourself that you can level up and be at your best. I had questioned myself, at some point. I say, why I'm not feel as free as I should be when I play for Chelsea or Strasbourg before. And I felt, sometimes a little bit shy. Didn't try to test myself and say a little bit secure, and I wasn't performing as I would be, or I was performing with my club, and I felt it, and I said, come on, trust yourself. You proved with your club you have the level, so don't go for it. But it's hard.
Mario, you had those feelings as well?
Yeah, of course, because I think when you come to the national team, you have that, Sometimes you're happy, of course, when you get your first call up or you play your first couple of games. But then after that, you have a little dip, because you maybe come into autopilot, and that's where the worst part can be, because you don't sometimes test yourself. But what Frank said, sometimes you gotta go. I think the best way to represent your national team is when you have no fear and no thought process. Because when we start thinking and overthinking things, that's when we don't play the best football we can, because that's what you do. You don't do that at your normal team, and when you can bring that to your national team, you play the best games. But when you see players like even now, when you watch Holland, when they overthink, they don't perform. You understand? It's a normality. It just happens to every nation, I think.
And a football player who overthinks is never good. It's really never good.
There you go.
We all know that.
But the problem is you don't have a choice. If you think of all the best national teams over the years, they're all full of the same club team. The West Germany's previously, before it was Germany. The Dutch with the Ajax sides. The Russians were fantastic.
Yeah.
They all played for Dynamo Moscow.
Yeah. Spain, if we move it into colour.
So what happens is you just do things without thinking about it, as the boys said. Whereas when you're playing international football, you have to have a look. You have to see who it is. Whereas at your club level, it doesn't matter. You just do things. It's not even a thought process, as Mario said. International football's difficult for that one single reason. You're not sure what the guy next to you is going to do. You've got an idea, but you don't know. Whereas at your club, and certainly at the highest level, you know exactly what's going through his head, and you're on your way before he even gets the ball.
Goalkeeper, just same minute, Shaq.
We're perfectionists at our craft.
You can even say that in a
I love it.
That's it. That brings a lovely stuff you packed from your Jersey Shore holiday. Did you have a lovely time, Stevie?
Yes.
That make me laugh.
I love the beach.
Eleanor sent me a picture of. We'll use it when you're next on if you're on the beach. She sent me a picture of you on the beach. You look miserable. And why are you wearing socks?
Because I don't want sunburn on my feet.
That is it. ESPN FC. Thanks a lot. We'll get that picture of Stevie for you.